Why are you predicting that more middle market companies will be forced into bankruptcy this year?
The first half of this year has seen more middle market cases filing than cases that exceed $1 billion in assets and liabilities. This year so far, we've only seen 2 of the $1 billion+ companies. Last year we saw 13. So as a percentage of the cases that get a claims and noticing agent involved, last year we saw about 12% of companies over $1 billion. Right now we're trending at about 4%. Because of that, it's just obvious that more middle market companies are filing than non-middle market companies.
You've mentioned that middle market companies are struggling with financing. Why is that?
The financing is part of it. The reality is that middle market companies are having a lot of problems, especially in areas that rely on consumer spending. So you see restaurant type companies like Giordano's and Sbarro and others filing because the consumer spending just isn't there. And those companies don't have access to capital markets in the same way larger companies do. So where you can tap into the high yield type capital market funding at a higher level in big corporate entities, you just can't do that. It's just not available to the middle market companies. So those guys are going to have trouble, if they get into trouble, finding other ways to refinance.
Overall, what advice would you give to a bankrupt middle market company?
The reality is that bankruptcy is a very costly endeavor. So a lot of companies are trying to figure out with their advisors how to get through it as quickly as possible. So if there's any advice, it's that you really should think about how you're going to get through it and what your exit plan is before you actually go in.